Welcome back everyone, and thanks for joining me for another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 19. Our next couple of fixtures, they're big ones, and we start here in the Carabao Cup at home to Chelsea. This was actually the Carabao Cup final last season, United against Chelsea at Wembley, and it finished Manchester United 4, Chelsea 0. We went on to lift that piece of silverware. Can we beat them to get our name into the semi-final? We're going to find out in the next 90 minutes. Well, here is the team. Quite a bit of rotation. Tarkowski comes in to start alongside Tuanzebe as the two centre-halves. Angel Gomez starts in the number 10 alongside Lingard and Marcus Rashford with Lukaku up top. Fosu Mensah to Andreas Pereira. Here is Tom Davis then in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Marcus Rashford going to have a crack. And he's going to force a save, and Lingard with a poor touch hits the side netting. Rashford wins the ball back for Manchester United. Diogo Dalot with a good switcher play to Fosu Mensah. Here's Tom Davis now in space. Lingard through the middle. Great vision to find Angel Gomez. It's 1-0. United a goal to the good. 26 minutes on the clock. And it's little man Angel Gomez with an incredible finish. He's our cup goal scorer. He just cannot resist. Davis to Pereira. Rashford. So many holes in that Chelsea back four. Marcus Rashford probably could have took another touch or two there. Davis now. Space for Pereira. Strikes it first time. Whew. And it hits the crossbar. Axel Tuanzebe. Had a good game so far. Getting closed down here, getting pressurised. And James Tarkowski, and that's even worse. Draxler with the loose ball. It's on for Willian now down the right-hand side. Dalot closing him down. Doesn't do the best, and it's easy for Savic. He's a savage when it comes to moments like that. He's not going to miss. He's been gifted a free header there. Not the best at defending. As Chelsea now find themselves back in with a shout for a place in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Good, strong header. Tarkowski has been pretty solid up until now. Chelsea really going for it. Batshuayi almost made it 2-1. That was definitely going in if it wasn't for Yuri Tillemans with his return to United. Meunier serving now. It's been a real firework for Chelsea, and Batshuayi again forcing an incredible save from David De Gea, keeping United in this one. It could be 2 or 3-1 now to Chelsea, and United dumped out the Carabao Cup. Well, we go into the dreaded penalties then. It's finished here within 90 minutes. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Goals coming from Angel Gomez and Savic. The question is, what is going to come of this penalty shootout? It didn't go into penalties in the final last season in the Carabao Cup final. Let's find out then. Paul Pogba up first for United, facing the Stretford end. Paul Pogba with the slow run-up, as usual. Makes it 1-0. The keeper so close to getting a hand to it. It's 1-0, advantage to United then. Eden Hazard up next then for Chelsea. Good long run. And Hazard has missed. Went for the chip. And De Gea was having none of it. Lukaku up next. Oh, almost made it 2-0. Could have done with that. Keeper with a good save. Jorginho then for Chelsea. Misses! He's hit the post. It's still 1-0 United. Still advantage United, and it's Andreas Pereira. Pereira with the perfect penalty. 2-0. Pedro needs to score this. And he's missed. De Gea saves. So it all comes down to this then. Yuri Tillemans, who hasn't played for United now for a while. Can he win it? Yes, he can. It's finished 3-0 on penalties. Yuri Tillemans bucking Manchester United into the Carabao Cup semi-final. Not the best of performances all around. We should never have found ourselves in a penalty shootout with Chelsea. But we got the job done. And Yuri Tillemans who's breaking back into the Manchester United starting lineup, making me realise why I should never have dropped him. Quite the important penalty, that. As we look to carry on our dominance in this competition in the Carabao Cup. Let's see how far we can go. But for Manchester United, priority is and will always be this season that Champions League, that promised land. We need to reach it once more before the end of this series. Well then, we've got our next game coming up. We're going to change the team around. We're going to stick with the 4-2-3-1. Seemed to work well in that game against Chelsea, although it finished 1-1 and went all the way to penalties. Need to change something, as we shouldn't be losing to teams like Crystal Palace 3-0 at home. It's quite embarrassing. Let's see how well we get on with this next game then. I'm going to go ahead and sim it. It's away to Wolves at the Molineux. We'll probably lose it. Start of December as well. There's the team then. Tielemans starts once more. Should be enough. Should be able to get the 3 points. And we don't. It's finished 1-0 to Wolves. And they didn't even have the likes of Ruben Neves starting. They had De Jong in midfield, Bonatini, Müller, and we're losing. So there's the league table then. We drop down to 4th. Still wide open, the title race. We're still only 15 games in. We're almost at the halfway stage of the season. Man City in 7th. They're 2 points behind us. But Huddersfield absolutely storming the league so far. Doing really well. Had a good start. They've won 8, drawn 5 and lost only 2. We are the top goal scorers though in the Premier League so far. Thanks to both Marcus Rashford and Kylian Mbappe. Rashford, our top goal scorer last season, is heading for it once again this year. So it's all down to game week 6 in the Champions League group stage. And our next game is away to Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park. What a game we are in for. Dortmund, they won their last game against Shakhtar. They are now top by just a point, but it's still wide open. Shakhtar in with the shout as well. Can they make the knockouts? We're going to find out. But United, we need to turn up in this next game against Dortmund. Here we go then. There it is. The yellow wall. Imposing as ever. And I'm sure it will be for this game. The fans are up for it, both home and away. Yet to play here, Manchester United at the Signal Iduna Park on FIFA 19. So looking forward to this one. Some big names in that Dortmund lineup. Big names to cause us a headache. Gana Gueye takes the captain's armband. He starts in central midfield for Borussia Dortmund. We did also see former Arsenal man Gabriel. He will start at the back. But we can't afford a draw tonight. We need a win. We need those 3 points. We need to assert our dominance early on. Here are the teams then. So for Dortmund, it's Hitz that starts in goal. At the back, Caldera and Rakik as the 2 centre-halves. Gana Gueye and Pjanic in central midfield with Perisic and Pulisic out wide. Ziyech and Rodrigo going forwards. Could be a devastating attack that if executed correctly. For Manchester United, it's a central pairing of Tarkowski and De Gea does start in goal. Pereira and Tielemans in central midfield with Pogba in the number 10. Martial, Rashford and Mbappe up top. Yuri Tielemans called up for this game. And he's up for it as well. Here is Anthony Martial though, bursting into the penalty area. Martial drags it back, goes for goal. Tielemans couldn't get hold of that. Here is Rodrigo. Not making a challenge. Tarkowski does really well there. Winning the ball for his team to get an attack on the go here. Paul Pogba using his strength. Rashford. Tielemans over the top, looking for Mbappe, and what a save. Great bravery there from Hitz, and it's in again from Tielemans. Pogba. It's good build play from United. Martial to Rashford on the half volley, and it's ended up on the roof of the net. Not in the back of the net, unfortunately. Would have been some finish for the show reel. Martial on the move. Martial with that blistering pace. He's always going to pick out Pogba. And Pogba from that distance, one-on-one with the keeper, is always going to make it 1-0. 20 minutes gone. United in the lead. And it's a deserved lead too. Not looking good here from Dortmund. Pogba finds Rashford. Pogba winning the ball back. Rashford pulls it back. Waiting for support. Finds it in Anthony Martial. It's 2. 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. United with an incredible lead. But we know what happens to incredible leads in the Champions League for United so far this season. They always get overturned. So I'm not getting my hopes up just yet. Gallagher. They're opting to pass the ball around at the back and it's not working for them as United are in again. It's 3. We've finally broken that 2-goal threshold in the Champions League groups. We've made it 3-0 on the night away to Dortmund. It's proven to be easier than expected. It's unbelievable. United ripping Dortmund apart. Dortmund's mounting this attack. Comes to nothing as United with that quick counter. It's Mbappe to Rashford. Rashford back to Mbappe and now Mbappe let loose here. Mbappe and surely it's 4. It's game over. It's curtains for Dortmund. They've been absolutely criminal at the back. We've torn them apart. We've demolished Dortmund. We've absolutely debilitated them. They are finished. Now placed in the knockouts, but Fosu Mensah to De Ligt. We're just playing with them at the moment. It's good to see. Tielemans finds Pereira, Pogba. It's brilliant from United. Martial, great hold-up play here. It's Tielemans. It's going to be a corner to Manchester United. Did take a deflection there. It come off Caldera. No, he didn't. It's going to be a corner anyway. Pogba swings it in quickly. And it's headed out. It's going to be yet another corner for Manchester United. They're piling up here. It's Pogba again. Swings it in. And it's 5! It's De Ligt again. How many corners has he scored for United so far this season? Definitely been working on that. I think that's his 3rd or 4th goal in all competitions so far this season for Manchester United. De Ligt. Compare that to the previous seasons when he's not managed to score at all. Pogba coming forwards. United really looking to put the sword to Dortmund here. It's Martial. They just haven't been able to manage with that front 3. And Martial gets taken out. He's stayed down. And yes, the referee going to stop play here. Martial looks in absolute agony on the floor. Holding onto his thigh, holding onto his shin, holding onto his knee. Who knows what's wrong, but he's going to have to go off. And there is the challenge. It's a nasty one. Takes a nasty tumble. And he will go off then to be replaced by Romelu Lukaku. So Rashford goes out wide. Andreas Pereira over the top. Brilliant to find Marcus Rashford. And it's in for Mbappe. And he's missed. How has someone of the quality of Mbappe missed from there? Pogba. Here's McTominay. Mbappe! Brilliant! He's made up for that missed opportunity moments ago. That open goal with that spectacular volley on the left side on his left foot. Great assist from McTominay. Brilliant finish. 6-0 to United, and they're looking for more. Mbappe in for McTominay. Hits with an incredible save. He got down to it quickly, keeping his team from even more embarrassment. Would have been some finish if that found its way into the back of the net. Rashford feeds it off to McTominay. Here is Paul Pogba. He's always going to score that. That's his signature move, as we've seen throughout this series. On the finesse, outside the penalty area, on his right foot, finding the top right-hand corner. He's always going to score it. And it's now 7-0 to Manchester United, dominating Dortmund. They're probably hoping for that whistle but oh, United almost made it 8 then. Dear oh dear. Hitz is not happy. As to be expected, his defence is really let him down here tonight. But how about this? Dortmund, is there a comeback on the cards? No, I don't think so. It's just a consolation. It's 7-1. It's certainly not enough. Finally, they do something, but it's come too late. Oh, what a win for Manchester United. A night they needed to step up, and they've done that, and in absolute style. It's finished Dortmund 1, Manchester United 7, and we do now go through to the Champions League knockout stages. This needs to be the season we do it. Needs to be. Let's not get our hopes up yet though. So Martial got injured and had to go off in that game against Dortmund, and it's now been confirmed he's out for the rest of the season. Could be a bit of a blow to our Champions League hopes that. He's out for 7 months after suffering an anterior cruciate ligament. 7 months. It's a long time to be without one of our better players. Who steps in for him? So before I end the episode, let's have a look at all the teams then that have made it to the Champions League knockout stages. Real Madrid and Roma are through from Group A. In Group B, now this is quite the surprise. Hoffenheim have won the group by 3 points. Napoli in second. They're both in the knockout stages, but Chelsea just missing out by 3 points. Mad. In Group C, Manchester City are through along with Olympique Lyon. Ajax, quite the poor showing from them. In Group D, as expected, Liverpool and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich just 2 points behind Liverpool there. That was to be expected from that group. In Group E, it's AC Milan and Barcelona. Braga and Spartak Moscow missing out. Spartak Moscow just 1 point in the groups. In Group F, it's Juve and Atletico Madrid. Monaco missing out on a place in the knockouts. And Rangers, who we haven't seen in the Champions League for quite some time, failed to win a game and they are out, only picking up 3 points. And our group, we are through. We won the group as well by just a point, and Shakhtar Donetsk will follow us into the knockout stages. Dortmund just missing out after we piled the misery on as it finished 7-1 at the Signal Iduna Park. What a result, but there is still a very, very long way to go. So there is Group G, and finally in Group H, we've got PSG and Valencia. So there we go. That's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.